And let me be very, very clear. This is a moment that demands everyone's full attention. We are now at the crossroads where promise and peril are going to collide.
A team of researchers asked Gork one question. Why have aliens never contacted humanity? They expected the usual answers, the ones we have all heard before. Gork gave them something else. The answer was so specific, so cold, so logically airtight, the room went silent at 2 in the morning.
AI is advancing just vastly faster than any human. We're going to take you through a bunch of benchmarks that Gork 4 is able to achieve incredible numbers on.
It did not say aliens do not exist. It did not say they are too far away. It said something far more disturbing, something that explains the silence in a way nobody wanted to be true. And once you understand why it is right, you cannot see the sky the same. The question they asked. In the spring of 2026, a small group of researchers at MIT began running an unusual experiment with Gork, the artificial intelligence developed by xAI. They wanted to know how a system trained on the entire archive of publicly available human knowledge would handle one specific puzzle that has haunted modern science for decades: the Fermi paradox. If the universe is so vast and so old, where is everyone else? The numbers behind that puzzle have only grown more disturbing with time. The European Space Agency's Gaia telescope ended its science operations in January of 2025 after mapping more than 1,800,000,000 stars across more than 10 years of continuous observation from deep space. NASA's Kepler mission, retired in 2018, surveyed over 150,000 stars and established that at least 1 in 5 sun-like stars hosts an Earth-sized planet sitting where liquid water could exist on the surface. As of early 2026, the NASA Exoplanet Archive lists more than 5,800 confirmed exoplanets, and astronomers at NASA and the SETI Institute estimate the Milky Way alone contains roughly 300 million potentially habitable worlds. The James Webb Space Telescope has already begun characterizing the atmospheres of distant worlds in unprecedented detail. The universe is approximately 13.8 billion years old, according to the most precise measurements ever made of the cosmic microwave background by the Planck satellite. Our solar system formed only about 4.5 billion years ago. By simple statistical reasoning, civilizations may have risen and fallen many times over before Earth even had a name to call itself by. And yet, we have heard nothing. Frank Drake, the astronomer who launched the modern search for extraterrestrial intelligence with Project Ozma in 1960, passed away in September of 2022 without ever receiving the signal he spent his life listening for. Drake once said in an interview marking the 50th anniversary of his famous equation that he was simply trying to understand what governs how many civilizations there are to detect in our galaxy, and whether that number could be quantified using nothing more than mathematics and reason. 65 years later, that quantification remains stubbornly empty. What came back when the team finally pushed Gork was not a textbook answer, and it would take days for the full weight of it to settle in. Inside the MIT experiment. The experiment was not a single question and a single answer. The team designed a multi-stage protocol to push Gork past the surface-level summaries any large language model can produce on demand. The first sessions delivered exactly what you would expect. Clear summaries of the Drake equation, which Frank Drake first wrote on a blackboard at the National Radio Astronomy Observatory in Greenbank, West Virginia, in November of 1961. Polished overviews of the Kardashev scale, proposed in 1964 by Soviet astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev to classify civilizations by how much energy they consume. Standard explanations of biosignatures and technosignatures. Nothing in those early sessions disturbed anyone. Then the team changed the rules. They instructed Gork to reason strictly within the bounds of known and testable physics, to avoid projecting human emotions or human social structures onto any hypothetical alien civilization, and to model non-human intelligence as the outcome of completely different evolutionary pressures, environmental conditions, and cognitive frameworks rooted in information theory and thermodynamics rather than cultural intuition. The team also gave the model a constraint